For some reason, Call of Duty shows up when they get their guest character cast into their games. These maps are arguably the best maps that Call of Duty has ever provided us, and I'm here to rank them from worst to best. Ladies and gents, Spanks and Dinks, how we doing today? Yes, guys, today I will be ranking all of the celebrity maps from worst to best, and that is not including any of the Infinite Warfare Zombies maps. This will only be Treyarch maps. For me as a player, I love content, meaning I love side Easter eggs, a variety of weapons and equipments that can help you progress through rounds, and the flow of the map. If you guys would consider subscribing, that would be very much appreciated. That 82% is looking a little high. Let's bring it down to like 80 or something. So let's get it on. The number 4 spot.
I've always liked the monster within idea. I like the zombies being us. It's like zombies are the blue-collar monsters.
Call of the Dead. This map consists of Freddy Krueger, Yondu, Machete, and Daphne, with a surprise guest of George Romero. For me, this map is kind of a mixed bag. George Romero being a pain while dropping a free perk and a Wonder Waff. The map layout having a bunch of dead ends. Very cool and unique wonder weapons that eventually fall off in the higher rounds. And the map just overall having a weird difficulty. Let's talk about the map layout itself. It's very cool. See what I did there? Anyways, the map is fun to walk through early game, but later on you will notice that everywhere you go is a dead end or a slight inconvenience that will be the death of you. The Pack-a-Punch having multiple spawns and spawning in and out of the map is very annoying, which ruins the flow of your progression just a little bit. You're already spending tens of thousands of dollars on the mystery box trying to get the scavenger, which is one of the rarest wonder weapons in the goddamn mystery box. The wonder weapons on this map are okay. The VR-11 has a cool concept with calming George down if you shoot him in the face with the balls 100 times, or if you shoot a zombie he'll turn back into a human and distract a couple of zombies. But this weapon is a heavy pass when I see it in the mystery box. But the scavenger, this is the one and only sniper wonder weapon still to this day. But unfortunately, this is the most powerful weapon on this map and it falls off very early on, leading to getting to high rounds nearly impossible. Matter of fact, this was the year that round 100 was just achieved, which is crazy to say considering how old this map is. And the fact that there's no max ammo round is another reason why the flow of this map is terrible. And on top of that, there are 0 traps on this map, making this the slowest zombies map of all time. Running out of ammo in these older Call of Duty games is so common that the new perk PhD Flopper at the time, if you dolphin dive on the ground and explode, it'll actually do a decent amount of damage to the zombies. That is a good substitute if you don't have any ammo, but hitting the box eventually is gonna have to be your #1 priority. And getting the scavenger from the box, good night. Now, I mentioned that the difficulty on this map is weird, and besides ammo being a reoccurring obstacle, it is also the unbearably slow spawn rate for the zombies, making the flow of this map much slower than it needs to be. Then adding in George to the mix does not help. He could turn all the zombies into super spinners at his heart's desire, and when a stray bullet hits him, you will witness an earthquake. But taking care of George, as necessary and annoying as it is very rewarding, gifting you a Wonder Waff and a free perk, making it able to rock with 8 perks. And the last thing I want to mention is the Easter egg. It's short and sweet, but on solo, there's a lot less steps than it is on co-op, which is kind of weird. Overall, this map has a very fun start, but the slower you progress into the game, the more and more stale it gets. And I get it. This map is a classic, but I think this map is aged like milk, and I think another map has done this map justice. From here on out, I would consider the rest of these maps on this list to be 10 out of 10s, and this map started many trends that future maps later incorporated into their own. This map being none other than Mob of the Dead. From the atmosphere to the progression of the map to the story is an experience that I will never forget. There is so much good about this map that it was so hard for me placing it at the number 3 spot. But like I said, future maps have taken elements that this map introduced and added onto it just a little bit. So let's get into one of the properties that makes Mob of the Dead so unique, and that being the afterlife system. Progressing through the map and strategizing how to use your afterlife is what got me into mastering other zombies maps and trying to be as smart with my points and progression as possible. The side Easter eggs on this map are rewarding as they are necessary. The Hell's Retriever being a very useful weapon to use as you progress through your game is a step that I will always take when I play this map. Also upgrading it as well. I also believe this is the first map to introduce a hidden quest to unlock the map exclusive wonder weapon, that being the Blundergat. This is a very fun weapon to use with an acid variant that you can craft, but it's not really my favorite wonder weapon, but it is one of the coolest looking wonder weapons. And the final side Easter egg that I do almost every single game is the Golden Spork. This is by far my favorite melee weapon ever in zombies. This Golden Spork has gotten me out of so many bad corners. Because the damage of the Golden Spork lasts into the upper mid 30s, that's usually my cutoff on this map because that's when the game becomes very slow. But with that being said, that's all the side quests that are on this map, but man, I've been seeing some of these fireworks around here and I kinda wanna get a glimpse at what is that? The most iconic part of this map has to be the Golden Gate Bridge and how you get there. Progressing through the map while getting perks, collecting parts for the plane, completing side Easter eggs will lead you to your inevitable doom, the Golden Gate Bridge. This area is so fun to train on, but the power drops do not exist, which is Mob's first L, leading to getting to high rounds for me not being fun at all. But all of those faults are easily erased with the stellar gameplay. The last couple of things I want to talk about is Brutus. Unlike George Romero, Brutus is a fun challenge, and if not taken care of, he will disable crafting benches and perk machines, costing you some well-earned cash to fix. The story of the map is superb. If blowing up the Earth on Moon wasn't enough to intrigue you into learning the story, Mob of the Dead certainly will. This map having my favorite guest characters ever, hell, maybe they can even be some of my favorite characters in zombies. But let me know down in the comments section, if you could pick any gangster from any single gangster movie or TV show, who would you pick? Me, I would pick Tony Soprano. I think it'd be so funny if you just killed a whole bunch of zombies and said, I feel like I want a gabagool.
Oh, this from a slice of gabagool.
And finally, the weapons being the Uzi, the Tommy gun, the AK-47, and the Death Machine are all on this map as exclusive weapons, and they are instant cops every time I get them. Mob of the Dead is a community favorite map and what many state as the start of the golden age of zombies. Ho! You feel that, don't you? A little skip to your step? Maybe you're finding yourself toe tapping right now? In a city of crime and despair, 4 lost souls find themselves in an infested hell full of monsters and demons, with the Shadow Man guiding you towards a life you once lived. Welcome to Shadows of Evil. This is my favorite map on Black Ops 3 for many reasons, one of which is the environment. What looks to be a city from the Roaring 20s, exploring this map is such a sight for sore eyes. Everywhere you go, the amount of detail everywhere is so pleasing. With the Shadow Man making himself known in the beginning of the match is so iconic and really drives the player into knowing the unknown. Who is he? Why are our characters trapped here? And what the hell are these things? The Shadow Man sticking by your side as you make your way into unlocking Pack-a-Punch was a great way to introduce the story to the map. Just like Mob of the Dead with its afterlife system, Shadows of Evil does the same thing, but a little worse. Instead of the beast mode taking over your quick revive slot like Mob of the Dead did, instead you go to fire totems to activate the beast mode, which is a step down towards its predecessor. But unlocking the map and progressing steps towards new features is still very fun. The gameplay of this map is the best part, with the Black Ops 3 system being the fastest paced zombies at the time, introduced a new set of skills that were much needed to reaching higher rounds. With zombies spanking you at alarming speeds, getting good weapons is a must-have, and the wonder weapon on this map takes the cake. The Apothecary Servant is the best wonder weapon of all time. Retrieving the parts for this weapon is fun, and using it is even better. If you guys are OGs on this map, there was a way to pack-a-punch this weapon before it eventually got patched, which leads to Shadow's second L, being the fact that pack-a-punching the Apothecary Servant was wiped. There's no quest, nothing was found quite yet, but I highly doubt it will ever be found, or it even is in the game. There are other weapons like the sword and little Arnie's that are all very enjoyable to play with. You could also call on the Civil Protector that will annihilate certain enemies with ease. And finally, the shield with the jet bash is very, very satisfying. The special enemies on this map are my second favorite group of enemies on any Call of Duty map. They're all such a fun and fair challenge that keep you on your toes, and if you aren't paying attention, they will be a problem. Training on this map is so damn fun. It is not too easy, and yet if you learn your craft, it is very doable. Last thing I want to talk about on this map is the Easter egg. And unfortunately, you cannot complete this Easter egg solo, which just sucks, because every other map on this game you can, but on this one you need 4 players. But the Easter egg is pretty good, with the most challenging part being the flag step. But this map is and forever will be one of my favorite maps, but it is possible for other maps to take its place. What could be better than surviving in a mansion with hidden rooms, a fantastic wonder weapon, unlimited bullets, and amazing side Easter eggs? All of that, including vampires and werewolves. Introducing Dead of the Night. Coming from one of the most hated Call of Duties, this map is a diamond in the rough. I love fast-paced zombies, and I love having to do multiple quests to become powerful, and this map has all of what I want and more. When I think of mansions, I think of hidden rooms and crazy architecture. And this mansion has it all: a graveyard, a scientific lab, multiple rooms, and a forest with a lovely surprise. The vampires and werewolves are my favorite enemies in all of COD Zombies, with the vampires being one of the fastest enemies and their attacks turning your screen into an alarming red, causing you to feel anxious and fearful. And if the vampires didn't make you feel that way, then let me introduce to you the big bad wolf. This monstrous beast is not an enemy to be trifled with. Luckily, this wolf will only spawn in at the end of random rounds, which is a good thing. Having to juggle multiple zombies, vampires, and a wolf does not sound fun. There are a few ways of taking care of vampires and werewolves much easier than just shooting them with bullets, which makes progressing and completing certain tasks very important. And while they're important to do, they are also very enjoyable as well. While yes, at first it seems like a scavenger hunt for all of the parts, you are also trying to unlock Pack-a-Punch or completing steps towards side Easter eggs. The flow of this map is so good. Progress is always being made if you come up with a good strategy. The 2 main side Easter eggs I love are the steak knife and the crossbow. Each of these weapons are literally made to wipe away vampires and werewolves. I love the fact that you need to buy the Bowie knife to get the steak knife. Now tell me, when was the last time you bought a Bowie knife? I'll wait. My favorite step for getting the crossbow is unlocking this hidden tomb and testing it out on vampires entering the room, showing how brutal this weapon can be. They even have a feature for your weapons called the silver bullets, which are made for killing werewolves faster. And you can buy ammo for any weapon that could take the silver bullets, leaving you to have unlimited ammo. The Alistair's Annihilator is my top 5 wonder weapons ever. Getting this weapon and upgrading it twice is such a joy to do every game I play, and the weapon is as satisfying to use as it is earning it. The craziest part about this map has to go to the impossible Easter egg, and if you guys do not know what that is, look it up. I will never try it, I will never attempt it ever, and the fact that it was actually found blows my mind. The main quest is very fun with punishing steps if done wrong. One of my favorite steps being the ghost step and traveling through hell, turning into a ghost and returning another one back to her grave. My least favorite step has to be the scratch mark step. The idea is cool, but the outcome is just tedious and unforgiving at times. The final boss is fun and riveting. The boss is invisible, and if he hits you once, you're practically dead. I'm a fan of steps needing to be made within the boss fight rather than a point and shoot and it has a health bar and you're just dodging attacks. I have to give credit to this boss fight for having steps that you have to take in order to damage the boss. My final thoughts on this map is, wow. Everything about this map is near perfection. Each and every room having some importance, whether it's a part or step to the main quest or a side Easter egg. Nothing is wasted. Even the barriers on this map are fun to look at. You actually feel like you're in a mansion. The originality in this map makes my heart sing. Its side Easter eggs, main Easter eggs, enemies, and so many more are the reasons why this map is the best guest character map ever.
On a cigarette. Told ya I ain't giving up nothing.
Making this list was so difficult. Even though it was only 4 maps, I love all of these maps. Any one of them could have made the #1 spot, besides maybe Call of the Dead. But each of these maps have taught me a very valuable lesson. Call of the Dead taught me map knowledge, where to go and where not to go, or else you'll end in a corner that you do not want to be in. Mob of the Dead taught me the importance of strategizing. With only a limited amount of afterlives and points, you want to use them sparingly and thoughtfully. Shadows of Evil taught me the importance of your tools, using your little Arnies, when to use your Apothecary Servant, and constantly using your sword whenever it's charged. And Dead of the Night taught me not to judge a book by its cover. I hope you guys enjoyed this video today. If you guys disagree with me, let me know your guys' list down below. It is only 4 maps. If you guys disagreed with me on something, please let me know down in the comment section. I would love to further my opinions on certain topics that you guys disagreed with. If you guys could like and subscribe, that would help me in the long run, and I promise you I'll be making banger content. If you guys want to spank my bells, hey! I will not stop ya. Have a good one, guys. Take care.